We spent part of the afternoon just after 4 o'clock talking about the Olympic Stadium and the fact that we know we're being lied to here when the government says it'll cost $2 billion to knock down. We have since found out, since that announcement about a week and a half ago, that the information they got that from is about 20 years old. As I said, one of the issues at the time was, why is no one in opposition in Quebec City standing up and questioning this or saying anything about it? Because most of you, most of us, I think it's fair to say, think this is a terrible idea that will end up costing not $870 million, but probably well over $1 billion, who knows, maybe even $2 billion by the time we're done. Well, yesterday, someone did stand up. Marwah Rizqy, Liberal MNA, is on the line. Marwah, thank you for being here this afternoon. So let's begin with the issue here. What are we objecting to? What do you want to see happen here?
First, thank you for having me. And yes, there's a way for me to work. And right after the announcement of February 5th, I filed a request of information in virtue of la loi sur l'accès d'information. It was dated February 6th. And I did receive an answer from the Parc Olympique, and I asked them, can you please provide me any study, conversation details about the $2 billion that you're saying that's going to cost to demolish the Big O? And I was shocked when I received the study. And of course, for me, it's not even a study. They simply took the 2003 study and they applied the inflation. And I asked them, did you do any comparables? And the answer is no. So for us at that time, when the government said demolishing the Big O will cost $2 billion, but if we can have a new roof, we can extend the life of the Olympic Stadium for another 50 years. Of course, when you're fudging the truth, well, people are going to believe you. But today, I can assure you one thing: no one is believing the government when they're saying $2 billion. And Philomena Rizqy and I, we both questioned today at the question period the government, and we asked for the study, and they don't have one. And finally, Caroline Proulx, she said it. She doesn't have any study. She doesn't want to have any study because for her, there is no question mark about this Olympic Stadium. There's no reason for her to demolish. She wants to keep it, no matter what is the cost. And that, for us, is not okay because she admitted that she lied to the population. And we also filed another request of information because the government saying that the return of investment will be $1.5 billion over 10 years. So today we asked them to table all the studies, and they said no. So my understanding, they have no study backing up their numbers. And this is very critical, especially after the press conference of Sunday when Premier Legault said it. Be prepared. We're going to have deficit for years. So wait a second. Why are we going for only a roof, like not a new stadium? Here we're talking about a roof based on not very good studies. And even Mr. Labrec, the CEO of the Parc Olympique, said it during the press conference of February 5th. We know that we do have more work to do, but we don't want to go there yet. So they know they're going to have more expenses, but they don't want to show us all the numbers.
Look, there's so much in there. I just want to point out again for people who didn't hear what you said at the beginning. So Access to Information Act, the study they are citing where it would cost $2 billion to knock down the stadium comes from a 2000. So it's a 20-year-old report. And all they've done is taken that information, indexed the amount of money, and came to $2 billion.
Yes, and that's only a one-pager answer. I'm not kidding here.
Wow.
The answer was one page. And I asked her again, and she said, I don't need any study because I know better. So out of the sudden, Caroline Proulx, the Minister of Tourism, now she's an engineer. And I asked her during the question period, so you don't believe since 2003 we did improve the technology? Did you see all the comparables that even Elias Marcos pointed out all the comparables that the demolition cost was less than $50 million? So why here in Quebec it's over $2 billion?
And she had no answer.
No, she said she knows better. Okay. She told me that. Like she said, I know better. You have no idea. I know it's going to cost more than $2 billion. And I don't even want to have studies because I know it.
Look, I don't know what to say, and I'm sure people listening to this are going, I can't believe that's the answer you got from a sitting minister. I would ask one thing. This is great that it's being brought up, and it's great that you're doing the work. What does this mean at the end of the day? If she's not even thinking of having a public consultation and she's not thinking of entertaining any objection to this, is it worth getting together with other opposition parties? Is there some support there to have them present something?
Well, the other parties been asked during their press conference. One of them said that now there's no evidence based on the request of information. I don't know if now they want to be part of it because it's actually in their writing. So I don't know if it's popular in their writings to say that they want to know more about the cause of demolition. And I'm from the East End. I actually grew up next to the stadium. My mom lives next to the stadium. I understand maybe attachment, but let's be honest. Today I'm an elected official. My job on a day-to-day basis is to make sure that every tax dollar is correctly invested. And right now, I just have the feeling that we are just signing up for a big ride going straight to a money pit.
Marwah, I'm out of time. I hope this is not the end of this. I hope this comes up again. And I wish you luck. I would keep hammering the government. I know you will, because that's what you do. You feel that, and I can tell you, everyone we asked this afternoon had the same opinion. This is not right. The government should not be going ahead and doing this. Present all the information, prove that this makes sense, and then we can discuss it. Not just, fist on the table, I know better than you. That's why we're going ahead. So we will talk again, I'm sure, next week.
Absolutely. And I can assure you we're going also for a motion. So that's going to be a 2-hour debate. And I want to hear Sonia Lebel because she's the one who's going to sign the check. And I want to hear Jonathan Julien, the Minister of Infrastructure.
Hear, hear. Marwah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. Marwah Rizqy, there you go. Did you hear what she said? Carolyn Prue, the trade minister, said, I know better. I know than the engineers who would be responsible for. She knows better.